This morning, I was watching videos, some help wanted videos at least. I had the sudden idea, which was complete help wanted without dying. I decided to do this idea even though I knew it was stupid. So I got my PlayStation. I set up my VR and I got onto Help Wanted, which took about an hour. This is Finest of Freddy's Help Wanted, 100% completionist, no deaths. First, you had to get through the intro of this game, which you get greeted by this heavenly looking place. Yeah, I had to go through this covering my eyes, but I couldn't because I was stuck in a VR headset. So you are being greeted by a robot AI voice telling you about the pizzeria, what this is about, a whole bunch of lies and a whole bunch of jokes. You have to get past this because there is a tape at the end, and you need tapes to be able to beat this game. And that's what I went to get, but it also costed my eyes just to be able to get to the first part of the game, which is the lobby. We need to go to the prize corner. In the prize corner, I get 3 more tapes, which adds up to 4 tape recordings already, and 1 coin, 1 in the display case and 1 in the gumball machine, coin on the counter, and 1 next to the Chicas. Now we are ready for night 1 for Finest of Freddy's 1. Finest of Freddy's 1 night 1 wasn't a big deal. I got 2 coins, I got another one later on in the night, I got a tape recording next to the monitor. I totally did not have a near-death experience, but I had a strategy where I could see Chica and Bonnie through the doors without having to turn the lights on, and this is something I was going to use to conserve power to reduce my death rate, and I use this on every single night, but it was going to get harder to see them later on into the nights. You also can't forget to salute your green friend, because he's going to be watching over you, and you will be given good luck, no doubt, and you will definitely get past that night. Night 2 also was a big problem for me. The only thing was I just needed to pay more attention, but it was still a night you can just mess around in. I didn't get anything new, it was just me sitting there doing absolutely nothing, just trying my best to survive, use my strategy, but this time power would not be very conservative since Foxy would be active this night, and I need to keep an eye on that. But the thing is, there was something that has been proven by a person called Tech Rules. He has dissected codes, and he has said that do not look at Foxy. Well, it wasn't him that said that, but it was the phone guy. The phone guy said, just looking at Foxy, he doesn't like being watched. Do not look at Foxy, that's going to make him more active. I assume that's what he was trying to say. This was on the actual game. I do not know if this is going to count for the VR game, but I'm just doing it to be on the safe side, but I'm also keeping an eye on Freddy more than him. I also forgot to mention the rules in this. If I die, I have to go back to the previous night and do that again, because I haven't played this in a while, so I'm just doing the basic things. Soon enough, I'm going to be doing the Extreme Edition, and you will find out what that is when I actually do it. Night 3 is when things started to get a little intense. The animatronics started to get more aggressive and Foxy was starting to become a pain in the butt. But there was another problem. I was sitting in a chair at the time and it was kind of canceling out my doors. I had to get the chair away from me now, but things were already getting to my door. So I basically had to do some patient stuff here and a whole bunch of just glitchiness stuff. So it started to get a little bad here. But this would also be my last night before I started to just get motion sick, so I just took a bit off and came back about 5 hours later. Freddy also started being a little freak. He started coming to my doors a little too close to my doors at night 3. This basically means at night 4 and 5, my luck would begin to run out. We'll see what happens. I died not even 5 minutes into the night, but it's still fine. I was a little mad. I was actually going to go into night 1 because that was the plan originally, but then I just thought, nah, that's a little too much. I'm just going to go back one every single time I die. So I completed night 3. It was I can't remember if it was a struggle or not, but I went back into night 4 and things did start going a little bit intense. Night 5 was definitely going to be just a little bit of a butthole, but that's fine because I completed night 4 like it was nothing. As soon as I went into night 5, a huge wave of panic went over me because I already knew I was gonna die. Everything in this night was just intensity, just pure chaos, and I had to conserve as much power as I can. But the problem with night 5 is I could not see the animatronics through the door anymore. I had to use the light. There was no conserving power at this point, and at this point it was just big RNG. There was nothing in this night that was skill, just RNG. You had to use your ears and everything about it, which is why everything's pretty much cropped out because I wasn't trying to get everything into frame. I was mainly focused trying to get this done. So overall this night, difficult as heck. Freddy was at my door, power went out. But that's fine because we ended up actually somehow getting through this night. It was a very, very difficult just situation going on. I do not want to go through this again. The other ones are going to be a huge piece of crap, including Five Nights at Freddy's 2, because they had to actually added a withered night, which is no, it's just this one's going to be very difficult. If you all did not know, I am really good at Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Night 1 was not a problem at all. I only had 2 attacks, which was Toy Chica and Toy Bonnie. But there's a little catch to this whole night. How am I gonna get this specific coin when you need to die to get it? I'm on night 1, I don't need to go back at night. So I went for the coin next to the monitor. I went for the one with the mask, and then I let the music box wind out, and then I would get that coin, let the marionette kill me, redo night 1, just like that. Nothing really happened other than that, so we're gonna move on, because we completed night 1, obviously, easy. Let's move on to the next night. You also can't forget to eat a toy animatronic to suppress your fears until you finally get the thought that you have just a gosh dang toy animatronic, and now you are wondering to yourself, why are you like this? The second night is also easy peasy. It's just like the first night. It just has more animatronics in it with Foxy, which Foxy is like 10 times easier in this one than the regular game. Toy Freddy, you just have to keep an eye on him for when he's walking in your office. It's just easy, alright? You shouldn't be able to lose a night 2 because there's no troubles in this one. It's just Foxy is so much easier now, and you have a limited flashlight with Balloon Boy. He's also easy to get away. So after all, this is a win-win situation. Of course, I beat this night on my first attempt. Night 3 is when things start to stress you out a little bit more and start overkilling you with a whole bunch of just, walking in your room where you have to put the mask on a whole bunch, pay attention to Foxy more, and to be honest, it's kind of getting you away from the music box, and the music box is really hard to press. You literally can't press that crap anymore. It's so difficult and it's really annoying. It's still pretty easy. I mean, you can definitely tell it's pretty easy, but I could definitely see why you would die in this night if you weren't expecting anything like this. But yeah, the overall great night. Just a little difficult, and overall still a great game. Still very surprised I'm doing very well in this challenge. Night 4 is when you really need to start paying attention to what's going on around you, because everything's going to start crowding around you, and soon enough you're probably not going to be able to wind the box at all, depending on your luck or something like that, because they always change every single time you redo that night. They're all going to change. It's just going to change their movement, how fast they move, when they move. It's all going to change that, and this is when you really need to start paying attention, because it's going to get worse and worse each time. I have actually done Withered in the past. It was so chaotic, and I beat it on my first attempt somehow, and I'm honestly shocked by that. I also want to explain the strategy I'm using in this to help me get through this. So I am winding the music box, and I'm looking away from the vent that I'm flashing, which is Toy Chica's side, which I believe she is in, or saw she was in, but she never showed up. So I would just keep that up, because a suspense noise would play if she actually showed up, and that would actually work with anything like Foxy and stuff. So like if I don't see them, I'll know they're there because of the suspense noise. It's now the next day, which is also the day I hit 440 subscribers. The support on this channel has honestly been insane. I really work hard on this channel, kind of. There's videos where I just cut out only, but I'm trying to change it all, and the support on this channel has been really insane. The reason why it's 440 that I'm kind of just talking about is because I was stuck at 420 for like almost a whole year, and then I kind of just switched up the content a little and did the mimic and stuff, which did really, really well, and to be honest, the support has honestly been insane. And I don't want to just do the mimic in Roblox. I want to do other things like this, but I don't. The thing is, I always just tell I always get in an argument with myself, just saying, bro, you shouldn't do this help wanted thing. It's not gonna get anywhere, and I genuinely do believe that. But anyways, it's the next day, and I'm still doing it. But this time, I'm not giving myself a break. I'm gonna beat this game, and I'm not gonna take the headset off once. Night 5 begins the panic because everything is going to be very, very aggressive this night. But it's also not as bad as what's gonna come in just a second here. So, Night 5 is where everything, except for the withered ones, is gonna just show up every single, 30 seconds. It's bad. It's just nothing but pain and suffering. This is what you had to endure if you're doing this. You had to be so careful. Every time I knew something was coming in, I would keep my mask on my left hand, but I would also have my left hand on the floor, down, because it won't disappear if you touch the game's floor. And when something was about to come in, I would just put it on immediately. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, you can shine the light while you have it in your hands too. But this was still a really intense night, but we still have one more to go, and this one is where it starts to get insane. Withered mode is one of the most intense things I have ever played in my life. This was one of the hardest things, and I don't think I've lost this night yet somehow, even for how intense it was. Everything is coming in your room, toys, withers. There's 20 animatronics at you at this point, and there is no escaping this. I am literally sitting here with a mask on my left hand the whole night, and I was shaking bad. I was panicking. Everything started attacking me at once, and I could not get that. I was actually somehow to get that music back at a decent level. It was really, really weird, and I had this at the hardest difficulty on this too. This is a really tough night, and I am very shocked that I have actually gotten past this night. This was probably going to be the one that would mess up a lot of people's games to lead to them dying, but there's actually something harder than this, because this is really tough, but I'm pretty sure there is something that is just difficult. This is really hard, and I'm shocked that I actually got past this on my first attempt. So then begins my most hated game. Nothing happened in the first night because he isn't there in the first night, besides me just getting 3 coins in 1 tape. There was one next to the monitor, there was a code one, there was a tape behind the reboot monitor, and there was a coin next to the vent when my ventilation was going off. Other than that, I was just messing around with the phone guy and the toys, and nothing else happened. So you might be confused as to why this one has like all the nights in it at once. It's because it's literally just the same thing. Springtrap is a little bugged out in these games. Nothing happens besides me messing around. You may notice me looking at Phantom Foxy and he doesn't jump scare me. That's also a bug. Phantom Freddy, you just had to stare at him. This is literally what it is, and I am right now doing very well. I only have one death so far, and I might be able to do this with only one death and nothing else to worry about, because obviously this one was bugged out. Nothing happened besides me just messing around, saying hello to the fire, and that's literally it. Since PLUSHTRAP didn't have any coins or tapes, I didn't need to worry about this. And it was also the first one, so if I died, I wouldn't need to worry about that. But all this one required for me was just hearing and patience, which I wasn't very patient enough, and I almost ended up losing time, but we still did it, and I'm ready for Balloon Boy. I always fall for Balloon Boy's tricks with his laugh, but I did actually end up dying this one, so I went back to PLUSHTRAP, completed that, went back to the Balloon Boy one, almost lost again, but we ended up doing it, and now we are ready for the worst thing I've ever played. I say that in every single game, but the worst thing I've ever played in this, and it's PLUSHBABY. Let's go. PLUSHBABY was like a memory game. You had to recognize the locations, and you need to have reaction time and vision to see where it is. You can't hear them. You can only hear them if they are gone, because they laugh when they disappear, meaning you have got them away. You know this already. You already know all this. I don't know why I'm acting like a guide right now. This is where I got a tape, and I survived the night, and now we're ready for FUNTIME FOXY. FUNTIME FOXY doesn't really require all that much skill. It's just patience and just knowing what you're doing, knowing how to kind of flank him. Just keep moving like diagonal left and diagonal right wherever he is. It's gonna throw him off guard and it's gonna go somewhere else. And when you get close enough to the exit, he disappears, and then you're able to get through there like it's not a problem. PLUSHTRAP and Balloon Boy in Nightmare Mode worked the same as they did before, so I didn't have that much troubles on it, but I did almost die a couple of times. The only changes are they're huge and there's balloons everywhere for Balloon Boy. That was pretty much it. Just exactly the same, not a problem for me, and I was able to get through like nothing. Still not dead. This one may look difficult, but it really isn't, since the animatronics that you are looking for have a destroyed face. Everything else, it does not have a destroyed face. You can find them easily. They're in the same location areas. There's no new locations that they're gonna go to that is gonna catch you off. They're in the same places. It's just a little tiny bit harder to see them, and it could definitely screw you up at some points. I was able to get through this and without a problem at all. I almost died once with one of the quotes coming up, but I'm still fine and I didn't die. And we are very, very close to beating this game. Just a little bit more to go. I thought this would be one death for me, but apparently it was not. This was actually pretty simple, just like the other one I did. And I actually thought I would just panic and just honestly screw up, because that's always what I do when I get into a situation like this. But I really didn't, and I was able to get past this without a problem. I just had to keep my patience up, just like the last one. But this one was being a little bit of a, just a little bit of a stress.
Deposit the right eye and then good job. To open Bonnie's faceplate, carefully.
I was really confident about Bonnie, and he was really easy. He's the easiest one out of them all. This one, just no problem whatsoever. So that's the reason why I'm gonna also put Chica in here. She is a little bit of a stress, and she could definitely ruin your game if you just screw up. And it wouldn't be your fault, because the cupcake is the problem here. You can't even see it, and it's really messed up. I'm not saying it's unfair. No, it's completely fair. You just need to pay attention and know what you're doing. It's really simple, to be honest. You can just speed run the heck out of this. You can even do, like, you finish this in like 15 seconds like I did before. So simple. Freddy has a grip problem. Every time I grip onto the hat, sometimes it would just fall out of my hand and I would die, like I just did now. So I had to do Chica again and then go back to Freddy, and I was able to complete it on my second attempt. This was just a grip problem with the stupid controllers. So yeah, I completed it. Freddy is just stupid. I don't like that dude. He's the one that ruins my game the most. He can definitely just, it just depends on, like, if you have a grip problem or if you don't. Foxy's also really simple, just requires a bit of patience when putting in parts. And the eye is what got me, because, well, I didn't die here, but the eye always had me, because before I was able to put a purple eye in, but you have to actually match the eye colors. It's weird and stupid, but I was able to complete this without a problem. Foxy is just he's bad. He's hard, but you get used to him every once in a while, and then you're able to do it really quickly, and you can just be able to beat this without any death. You already know. I instantly beat Bonnie. I instantly beat Chica. I instantly beat Freddy. A little problem with Freddy, but Foxy was just a bit of a problem. I did die because I actually don't even know why I died here. I think he started moving right when I put it in. But everything else was perfectly fine. I beat Freddy again, I beat Foxy, and it was just about it for that one. Funtime Freddy isn't really hard for me. He's pretty easy for me, so I was able to do this pretty easily. From time to time though, on some streams, I would have some weird thing happen to me where I would close the door, but I'd still die because I'm still sticking out the door. For some reason it happens, but this time it didn't happen, luckily. I'm glad it didn't happen. And now we have NIGHTMARIONETTE to go through. The terrifying little dude. We'll see what happens from there. NIGHTMARIONETTE is a mixture between easy and creepy. He's really creepy, and pretty much anything that is creepy is hard, but this one really wasn't hard. All you had to do was just pay attention to the hallways. Not pay attention to the hallways, but you would look down it every once in a while, and just try keeping the tentacles away from you, because that's what he has. And it wasn't really hard. This thing really isn't that hard for me. I've only died to him like once before, not in this video, but once before in one of my streams, and it wasn't really that hard. It was pretty easy. You would be able to do it pretty easily if you did this by yourself. It's really easy. I almost forgot to record this one, which is why I started so late, but I found 2 coins here, and this was, you already know that I'm doing 100% completion thing, so I needed this. I actually almost forgot one later on in the night, but this is a really easy one. Just make sure she doesn't get too close, because she does have a big hitbox, and the strategy I was using here is just stare at the plushies, and when they start like getting really aggressive, just let go of the door and it should be all good. Basically, that's all I did for this one. Very easy, and I got past this on my first attempt. Just stress inducing, anxiety inducing, but everything else is completely fine with this night, and I got past it. I thought Nightmare Fredbear would be the worst thing in the world. I thought I was gonna die to him like 10 times, and then I was just gonna be like, yeah, screw this, I give up, and just get this video out. And I'm not doing this. It is not possible. But it is. It's just it depends on luck, basically. Because when he's in the closet, you're screwed. Like, I don't know if this is like something I'm not understanding. I mean, I have never finished Five Nights at Freddy's 4. I've only gotten to night 3. I've never finished Five Nights at Freddy's 4, so I don't know what I'm doing with this. I only watched Markiplier's videos, but I kind of forgot what I was doing there. But if he's in your closet, you're screwed, because I don't know if it's bugged or if it's just me not knowing what I'm doing. But I'm just gonna leave it as I just don't know what I'm doing. So I was basically lucky here, and I got past this. But because of me not knowing what I was doing, here's what I was doing with the closet. I was gonna sit next to the closet. I was gonna be there, keeping the door closed or shining my flashlight at it. But when I was hearing him coming down to my door, I would need to start to go there, close the door, and if he got in the closet, oh well, I did something wrong. But I was just staying in the closet the whole time until I knew he was going to a door, and you would know that because of the footsteps, and that's basically what I was doing and got past this night. So now we are in the final level of the game, and this one is a puzzle, and there is 13 rooms you need to go through to be able to, like, 13 different rooms you need to go through to be able to beat this night. There was also 2 coins here. I don't know if there was 2 or 3. There was a tape here in the end, and then that was pretty much it for that one. This wasn't really hard. I had a sequence going on here, left. You can choose any of that there, and then you would go right, and then pepperoni, and then you would get past the level basically by going into this room in the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 office vent, and then you look up, and then you beat the game basically. really simple, but the problem is I forgot a coin in the entered place. So I had to get that too. But that wasn't it yet. We had a boss fight to go through. Not necessarily a boss fight, but we had to get rid of Glitch Trap, or so. You don't get rid of Glitch Trap, you quite literally just get stuck in a vending machine. But we still had yet to go through this, and I decided to give myself one go on this, and if I didn't do it, I lost. I was not able to do this challenge. So I had one go at this, and I did it successfully, and this was honestly a great challenge, and just to see it like get done this fast. I just started yesterday and I'm already done, and I'm able to know that I have accomplished something that I never thought I would actually do and get through. I thought I would cancel this video idea and never do it because I already know it's not gonna get anywhere, and I just still did it because I just wanted to, and even though I didn't have a lot of fun, I still did it. And this was shocking. I enjoyed the challenge, but I didn't really have much fun because it wasn't as scary. It was just me trying to play so carefully. Nothing really happened. So there we are, the end of the game. Still can't believe I actually did that. Like, I thought it would actually take a really long time to beat. I thought I would get stuck on that FREDBEAR one for sure. That extreme one, that'll be coming out when I actually get a better position for my VR. Because I do have some troubles with that. But can you actually beat Help Wanted 100% complete without dying? No, you can't. Actually, no. Because Five Nights at Freddy's 2, when you had to get that one coin, you had to die for it, so that's not possible. But if you're just trying to beat the game, yeah, that's possible. That is possible. You just have to have a lot of skills for it. But it is possible. Five Nights at Freddy's was honestly like a great game. I know I haven't made a video on it in a long time, but that's because I wanted to move on to other things instead of just Five Nights at Freddy's. And there's big reasons for that, because it wasn't doing very well, and I doubt this one's going to do very well. But if it does, then that'll definitely surprise me. Anyways, that was Help Wanted 100% completed with no deaths. I know I did die, but I went back one night just to... I went back one night because basically it's a reset for that one, but the Extreme Edition, I'm restarting the whole game each time I die. But it's not going to be 100% completion. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe, because I'm going to be doing more of these things, maybe. Doubt it. It took me a lot of time to get this out, but I'll see what I can do in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.